What's cracking, everybody? So check it. I I have one of those smartphones, right? And I I download apps. I actually download quite a few news apps, so I can try to keep track of what's going on when I can. Well, if I go to the website, this is from NPR. Um, if I actually go to the website of NPR, I don't find the story, which is surprising, but it's not a fucking conspiracy, so don't worry about it. Um, this was something I thought really needed mentioning. Many of you are going to go, hey, man, we know the story on this. But you know what? It's still worth mentioning for those of you that don't know. For anybody out there that's interested in this or hasn't really paid attention to what's going on, something that I always say, and there's a few folks that I know of closely that feel the same way as I do. Many times when you're looking at certain scenarios and certain situations, when it comes to politics, when it comes to government, when it comes to big business, follow the money, right? Jackalope 4 and I did a vlog when she was down here in Kansas City the first time. And we talked about some of the missing money from Iraq. We touched upon the missing money from the trillions of dollars that had gone missing from Afghanistan prior to 9/11. Well, the story popped up, and again, NPR, my camera's a little blurry, doesn't get stuff right up close. But the story is U.S. spending in Afghanistan often unaccounted for. Now, this is just another, just another rung on a seedy, dark, slippery, busted ladder that continues to stay in place and will probably continue to never be repaired properly. But if we listen to the story, a little bit about it, basically the U.S. has spent billions on reconstruction projects in Afghanistan. Well, these billions of dollars are largely unaccounted for. Surprise, surprise. Hundreds of millions of these dollars going towards private contractors. And this has been something that that's been going on for about 8 years now, since 2002. But of course, they haven't been tracking it very well. Now, the approval and the money for these projects come largely from the Pentagon, the State Department, okay? Now, you would think that these organizations would have a very strict, very heavily structured auditing system in place. You'd think, but when you have taxpayers flipping the bill for much of this shit, the guys on Capitol Hill, they go, we'll figure that out later. Let's just get it done. So, between 2007 and 2009, the U.S. government paid $18 billion to roughly 7,000 contractors doing reconstruction in Afghanistan. Patrick Peterson, who wrote the report for the Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction, says the big problem is that the agencies doling out the funds, Pentagon and State Department, don't have a clear way to track this kind of spending. There are contractors who provide food and meal service for our troops. That's not easily distinguishable from a contract, say, to build a road in Afghanistan, conduct a police training, or conduct an anti-drug operation. That's the challenge. So there are some of these contractors that there's very specific structured projects, very simple projects, then you know the money's going to a meal program, something like that. Something where they're like, let's give these people, well, we got to build a road. How are you going to build it? Well, we're just going to get some guys together and build it. Okay, here's some money. Go build it. 2 years later, that road's not built. Where the fuck did the money go? So, you know, this is where the follow the money thing comes in. Billions and billions, trillions of dollars, trillions and trillions of dollars over who knows how many years. A gentleman by the name of Anthony Kordsman of the Center for Strategic and International Studies says there is no obscure accounting challenge. The U.S. contracting problems in Afghanistan have huge consequences for the U.S. military strategy. He said, this might have been excusable going into Afghanistan in 2002. We had no real experience in doing anything like this. More than 8 years later, there's absolutely no conceivable excuse. You know, and it doesn't require a special inspector general to tell you this, to make this known. But we continue to let these individuals, these people in power, big government, large legislatures, these fucking criminals dictate what happens and where this money goes, and it continues to break the back of our financial stability in this country. And will continue to. They will drive this country into political and financial ruin. They are doing it. It will happen. If you want to see a quote-unquote civilized industrial society, go in the toilet, look at the fall of Rome, and you'll see some very scary comparisons to the United States. So, and then of course you've got, you've got a see you next Tuesday, like Claire McCaskill, who is a Democratic senator in Missouri, the chair of the subcommittee on contracting oversight, who's willing to fire the individuals who are running this office now, which has only been set up since 2008. Okay? So considering all the convoluted shit that people go through, that auditing, look at the Fed. Look at the Fed. The Fed don't show their books. They never have. And they never will. They'll put out some bullshit report, some simple fluff report that won't mean anything. But they won't show their books. Just like these organizations, the military, the U.S. government, will not really show you where the money's going, because half the time they don't know where it's going. And the ones that do know where it's going are lining their pockets and becoming rich, the private contractors. You know, I'm reminded of the interview that Scorsese had with Nestor Kirchner of Argentina, who of course died, who was hospitalized for chest pains and died of a heart attack, I believe, and talking about some of the comments that Bush and he had in a private conversation about how war is the GOP's best economic strategy. War. Okay? And it is. It is. Look at the military-industrial complex. Look at the organizations that are associated, the businesses that are associated with this. KBR, Halliburton, Bechtel, large conglomerates, huge corporations that are making billions and billions of dollars a year, excuse me, based on death, doling out death and destruction, indirectly. It's sick. It's fucking sick, and I'm sick of it. as many of you should be. And these individuals that we are supposed to be entrusting, these individuals who are supposed to be acting in the greater good for our country, for the citizens, they create this illusion that they're protecting our freedoms, that they're keeping us safe, that somehow we are all in danger of being obliterated if these forces, these countries that we have invaded over so many years are not stopped. That there's some crazy zealot with his finger on the button at any given time that might blow us all to hell. Fear-based conditioning, people. Fear-based conditioning. It's what allows these individuals to get away with what they get away with. It allows them to continue to act with impunity. Because in the end, we don't have the fucking balls to stand up against them together as a united front. We can't stop arguing amongst ourselves enough to collectively stand together. And it's why we will fall. It's why this country will fall into political and financial, economic ruin. We're creating a huge quagmire. It's even more than that. Most people don't even realize what we're doing for future generations. Our children, my son, our children's children. It's ugly. And as long as we continue to let it happen, as long as we continue to let them push their way through their business and their affairs, unchecked by us, we will suffer. And we will suffer because of our own apathy, because of our own indifference. In the end, our laziness, our fear, will get the best of us. Accept it. So anyway, sorry for coming at you hard tonight, but I start thinking about it, and it, gets my Mercury rising. What can I say? So, that's the story. So I'll put a link. So we're looking at the same kind of shit we've been seeing in Iraq. Money, billions and billions and billions of dollars going into the pockets of contractors and just about anybody else. So we need to stop this bleed. The things that we try to do and we're trying to do now are nothing. We are trying to put a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. And it's just not working. We need to get stronger. We need to get together. And we need to shut this shit down. It's plain and simple. We just have to shut it down. Or else we're responsible. Alright, folks. That's all I got. Peace.